When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. Septum Sin versus the world. Septum Sin versus the world. Septum Sin versus the world. Septum Sin versus the world.
I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings! You're watching Septum Sen versus the World. I'm Septum Sen. This is Kotobuki J.
Right?
And we're here to show you what we got.
Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Oh boy.
Alright, well, I guess since you started last time, I'll start this time.
Okay.
So I'm going to go from least impressive to most impressive. I've got quite the finale planned. But the first one I'm going to start with is kind of... I just pulled it from my backlog of Sentai Sale.
Ah.
And that is Hatsukoi Limited.
I still need to see that.
These are short episodes, which is why I did not want to pay full price for it. The series is pretty much all about unrequited love. I debated hard on this, but then it went under $10, and I was like, $5, okay. I'll get it for $5. It was decent. It was well voiced. And the plot was written well. I can do $5.
Okay.
So $5.
Okay. I think my first one is also one that you're more familiar with than I am, but I've been wanting to see this for a while. I think everything I have here is a library pickup. I'll let you know if I figure out otherwise. The first one is one of the recent ones from that big... I'm running low on the ones that I recently got, but yeah, The first one is a film actually directed by David Schwimmer called Run, Fat Boy, Run.
Good one.
And it's got Simon Pegg, Thandie Newton, Hank Azaria, and some other folks in it. And like I said, directed by David Schwimmer, written by Michael Ian Black and Simon Pegg. I think this looks like it's going to be good times. I know he said it was good, and I know generally it got good reviews when it came out. It's one I've been wanting to watch for a while.
It's a fun one.
I haven't gotten to it. And David Schwimmer films are an interesting bag because he has done some very dark films. From what I understand, this is a more comedic one. I'd be very curious.
So, I had some issues that were going to hit me hard financially, but they didn't hit me as hard as I thought. So I said, I'm going to get that Godzilla set. But circumstances came along that made me have to give up on that dream for this sale. But there's always July. I don't think that set's going anywhere.
I'm pretty sure you'll still be able to get it in July.
Yes. And if I feel like it's going out of print, and a lot of the newer releases don't go out of print that quickly.
Well, again, Criterion tries not to.
But they have. And usually, though, when it goes out of print, it's because they're doing a new release of the same thing.
Yeah.
And they update it. A good example of that would be Straw Dogs.
Yeah.
They've had like 4 releases of Straw Dogs.
Right.
But I did manage to snag 2 Criterions. So one of them is... an Andy Griffith film called A Face in the Crowd.
I want to see that.
I love the premise of this film. I really need to see it. And so now is my thing. I mean, the premise, like, a man is discovered while in the drunk tank.
Yeah.
that's his discovery for acting. That's
and also
kind of fun.
The idea of a dark satire starring Andy Griffith. It just sounds great.
And Andy Griffith has been in films where he's not done very well acting-wise, and ones that he's done extremely well acting-wise. And this one obviously should be the other.
Were you thinking of Spy Hard as the not so good one?
There was one like an army-related one that I didn't like.
No Time for Sergeants?
Yeah.
I have that one too. I need to watch it.
But But this one, I want to see.
Good times. Maybe I should do an Andy Griffith movie night or something. Okay, the next one I got is one that did not get extraordinary reviews when it came out, but it's got a hell of a cast, and I picked it up on Blu-ray for $1, so, you know, whatever. And this is a film called This Is Where I Leave You.
Ah.
And, okay, so I gotta see if I can find the full cast listing here. We've got Jason Bateman, Tina Fey, Adam Driver, Rose Byrne, Corey Stoll, Catherine Hahn, and Jane Fonda. Directed by Sean Levy. Music by Michael Giacchino. I mean, that's a pretty damn good pedigree there. Like I said, I don't know that it got extraordinarily... it didn't get much buzz when it came out, and most of what I had was less than enthusiastic. But for that cast, I'm willing to, you know, shell out $1 and see what happens. And who knows? Maybe I'll love it. Maybe I'll be like, could be worse.
I mean, you never know. You can take a chance on things, and sometimes it turns out really well.
Yeah, now God knows when I'll actually get to it. But, you know, I got to watch a face in the crowd first.
So, my next one is actually a pickup, one Right Stuff sale pickup.
Ah.
They did a pre-sale. And I talked about this in the new releases. I said, yes, I'm definitely getting this. And then they put it for $7. This was a value I could not refuse. And this is Yamiro Patisserie.
Yeah.
And this just came out.
I'm tempted by that one,
$7.
Yeah. They've got some good Sentai stuff on there right now.
63 episodes.
63?
Yes,
Holy
I thought
crap.
it was just the first series. It's the first series plus the sequel series, the 13-episode sequel series. So this has all of it. You've got all of it collected in this little collection.
That's made in Japan. Sorry, but
Yes.
It's still Sentai technically.
The original series is 50 episodes, and then they had a sequel series that was 13. So I thought, still, even if it's the first series, now I got to track down the second one. I hope they released it. And it turns out they're both in here.
Nice.
$7. Sorry, you can't get a better deal than this.
Right.
That's a lot.
I don't know. All these movies here, like 50 cents? No. Well, that turns out to be pretty good, yeah. This one, I don't know what I will make of this film. It seems like a movie that probably would not get made today with the Me Too movement and all that stuff. Basically, you got John Ritter playing a cad, if I understand correctly.
Yeah.
But you got John Ritter in a Blake Edwards film. So, it's called Skin Deep. And again, John Ritter, Vincent Gardenia, in a film by Blake Edwards with music by Henry Mancini. That, of course, is the team that brought us Pink Panther, which is the greatest theme ever. So, I'm looking forward to the music, if nothing else. But
That'll be fun.
It should be fun. It should be fun. It might be trashy fun, but it should be fun.
I mean, there are things like you can look at, like, say, Captain Ron. If I was to look at it with the vein of, if it's not up to our current standards, it's terrible, Captain Ron would be something I would hate. I would hate it from, like, day one. But I look at it, you gotta step back sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when you deal with older films. It's hard to believe Captain Ron is considered an older film, but it is. It's, if you take it back to as more of a cultural experience from an anthropology perspective, even something like Gone with the Wind can be enjoyed
Yes.
for what it is.
Now, I may have mentioned this before on this channel. I don't remember. But my first experience attempting to watch Gone with the Wind, I was bored to freaking tears for the first hour or so.
I really like that movie.
But then a friend came in, and for about the next quarter of the film, before she was stolen away by someone else, we were cracking jokes and watching it MST3K style. And it was great. And then once I had changed my mindset, I was able to enjoy it. And I watched it again later, and I realized the first time I saw it, one, it was on VHS. Watching it cleaned up helped. And two, I realized that my biggest problem with it, other than the major historical, was just that Scarlett was a horrible, horrible person.
Oh, she is.
I hated her. And once I realized that, I was able to enjoy the movie better.
Oh, yeah.
Especially Rhett's famous line at the end of the film. It's so great when you put it in context, because I agreed with him. Anyway, your turn, right?
My next one is one that we've already talked about last week. And before it came out. Fairly at length. But I have more to say from my perspective. I know I wasn't going to talk much about it because I knew I would be talking about it today. And you know what this is.
I have a feeling.
That is Matewan. Boy, it's back again.
It's the movie that just won't go away.
So, a little bit about my history. My grandfather was a strong Union man. A lot of my relatives in the past, they also did work in the coal mines in West Virginia. And he was fascinated by the history of the coal mines. He had books and books and books on it because that was one reason why he was a Union man. He was also a Union man because of the mistreatment that the factory he worked in had made of the people that were there. He even participated in a major strike in, I can't think of the time period, it was right after the war. And he managed to help them get a lot of rights in there. He managed to help get health insurance and to help get things that were, as people needed. So he was fascinated with the coal miners' plight. So this, I think if he had gotten to see this, I don't think he ever did, this would have been a movie that he would have loved to watch. He wasn't a big movie person, but I really think that he would have enjoyed this film. So to me, it's very important to have this in my collection because it does embody that reason. It's like, oh, well, all business owners will just ethically treat people right because then they can just walk if they're not. And that's not true in a lot of situations. And this shows you why that is.
So your dad never got a hold of this one either?
Nope. It was
that surprises me.
This is a rare film.
Well, yeah.
You only got stumbled out by happenstance.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. This was a really hard film to find. So, yeah, this one needed to be seen, and it needs to be in my collection.
Yeah, and I think you're right. Like I knew him better than your grandfather, but I think that is kind of the thing I'd expect him to enjoy. Now, a movie that is considerably lower on the scale of historical import, at least if one doesn't think of it as an abject lesson of what not to do, which is what a lot of people think of it as. I nonetheless had to get it in my collection eventually. So buy one, get one where they're $1 a piece. That's a good opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
So I have Ryan Reynolds, The Green Lantern.
I'm done. Actually, I have to get a cutting device.
Well, it does have the nice green case, which is appropriate. But a black disc, strangely enough. The sad thing is, this is the part where people are probably going to go, I'm done. I did not hate this film. I did not love it, but I did not hate it. Ryan Reynolds was a serviceable Hal Jordan, Most of these characters are... he's got a great cast. Tim Robbins, Angela Bassett, Mark Strong, Peter Sarsgaard, Blake Lively,
I didn't hate the film.
But it could have been so much better.
But it wasn't as good as it should have been.
Yeah.
I would have been happier if they had decided to just take Somebody actually had, I think it was Nostalgia Critic, on his Justice League video that talked about it, and I think it's true. Is the Marvel movies, I think the difficulty that comes with the DC Universe films, and I'm doing a major thinning of my DC collections for the TV, because I've been thinking about this is costing me almost $100 every year just to keep up. To hour-long episodes.
Yeah, but they're pretty good shows.
They're pretty good shows, but there's just so much you gotta do.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to end up keeping Arrow.
Yeah.
And Constantine.
I need to see Constantine.
But at the same time, when you go to the animated movies, they do so well. And why is that? Because they're doing encapsulated stories. They're not trying to over-explain a lot of things. You're there, you kind of know who these characters are, and you're just moving forward. They do a quick introduction, and you're right into the action. And maybe that would have worked better with Green Lantern. But they were really trying to do the universe building. They were really trying to be Marvel.
Well, most movies, if they're bringing in someone off the cuff, they do tend to be sort of an origin story sort of vibe. I admit the Lantern one, it probably is one that would work better if you just leapt right in. Because, there's so much universe building. You're better off just saying, look, this is what we got. Deal with it.
I mean, I think having a quick blurb at the beginning, like they do with the cartoons, sometimes is best. And for DC, it might work better to just do that.
We need a montage.
But in any case, it wasn't terrible. But could have been better.
Could have been better.
Alright, now the reason why I did not get Godzilla is I got something big here.
Ooh.
I was in Walmart getting shoes. And I was just like, for a lark, I'll check and see if this is there. Because I'd heard about it, and I'd checked a lot of Walmarts at the time, and I just gave up on it. And then it came to me. Alright. This.
Oh, wow. That's kind of cool.
This is the My Hero Academia Plus Ultra collection that is exclusive to Walmart. You've seen this, I think, before in pictures, haven't you?
No. I did not know of this.
The first 3 seasons. So you got the Season 1, the Part 1 and Part 2 of Season 2, the Part 1 and 2 of Season 3. You know how much this is? $70.
Damn.
Yeah. That's a good deal.
Where'd you find that?
Walmart. It's a Walmart exclusive. It sold out right away in most places. But in Covington, of all places, they still had one.
Of course they did.
And I was like, I cannot put that away.
No.
I even teased on the on some of the anime sites, like, because I debated in my mind, should I keep it or should I sell it? But reselling it's not the best thing to do ethically as a collector, though it's very tempting because people are selling it easily for $140 online now.
Yeah, of course they are.
And still $140 for what you have to pay to get all of these is not terrible.
No.
Though I would not buy it from a scalper online. I would prefer to either not have the series or buy it piecemeal. Then do it that way. But it has this cool All Might pen. And that's a pretty good deal. Not as good a deal as $7 for the same amount of episodes. Because it's still 63 episodes.
Yeah.
But it's still almost, it's a little bit over $1 an episode. That ain't bad.
Yeah. Not bad.
So all I'm missing right now that's been released is the movie. And I'm hoping that they'll actually do a Black Friday deal, because they've had good deals for it before.
Yeah.
I've seen it as low as $12 in some places. So that's my next target, is that movie.
Very nice.
Which I saw in theaters.
Yeah, I did not get to.
So what do you think? You think you got your next one going to top this one?
You'll have to tell me. I have Down Periscope. Old Kelsey Grammer film. I say old, but what were we saying just a little bit ago about Captain Ron?
Yeah.
But so we got Kelsey Grammer, Lauren Holly, Rob Schneider, Rob Schneider, that's quality right there. Harry Dean Stanton, Bruce Dern, and Rip Torn. I mean, that's actually a fascinating cast. And I like this. I do like this movie. I enjoyed it when I saw it. It's not high art by any stretch of the imagination. But it was fun. And I was happy to finally get it.
Well, at the very end of the episode, I plan on doing an unboxing of this. So you guys can stay tuned.
Good
On
times.
the thumbnail, you might have seen me hint at this. This is my biggest one.
Ooh.
This is one, me and my wife, we have a PlayStation 3 that's been upstairs for the longest time, but a lot of the services on it are not being maintained because moving on to the next generation. So we thought about trying to get a PS Pro. I had $100 off at Best Buy, so I thought, well, what could I use that on? So we've banded together for a Christmas, so we're doing a Christmas early, I guess you could say, on a PS Pro. So we got it for $100 off. And this is a PS4 Pro.
Oh,
This isn't any. This is the Death Stranding PS4 Pro,
okay.
which is the Kojima's newest film. Film. Might as well be a film. Game. You can see, look at the beautiful countryside.
Nice.
This will one day be played by me. I'm currently finishing Outer Worlds, and it's going to be played in one of two ways. Either me and my wife will play on it together, or if she doesn't have the interest, I will play it on my own after playing Outer Worlds.
So it's 4K, 1 terabyte. That's pretty good specs.
It doesn't play 4K DVDs. It only mimics 4K, but it's still much better at holding on. Basically, it holds up a lot better to the newer games than the current PS4. So there's no slowdown, all of that. But that's pretty cool. They're pretty massive. You know what the sad thing is? I actually got to see the special edition Death Stranding box for just the game. It is bigger than this.
Wow.
Yeah.
This,
But
what do they have in that?
it's the PlayStation 4,
Yeah.
the game, the controller, and that's it.
For the special edition? Okay.
It's just, essentially it's an artistic rendering, and they're already starting to upcharge for it online because they all sold out pretty much day one. I had one on reserve, so I get to keep it. So, still, not bad.
So that is pretty cool. I want one of those one day. I've never been one to spend a great deal of time and money on video game systems because I don't spend a lot of time and money on video games, but it would be very cool one day to have that option. If only so when friends come over I can kick their ass at Injustice and a couple other fun games. But anyway, I have been doing a lot more computer gaming lately, but not, my last one is relatively massive. Certainly, if you look at my pickup so far, that doesn't take up a lot of space. This last bit will take up some space.
Best for last.
No, it is. It's not quite as fancy as the Plus Ultra set here or whatever, but I got...
Oh, before you do this, I forgot one thing.
What's that?
I did an unboxing. You asked what was in it?
Yeah?
Here you go. Well, here we are with the unboxing. Of course, you saw this big monster here. Believe it or not, the special edition is almost twice this size. I got to see one up close and personal. No, I didn't get it. That's another $122 for a game with a briefcase. So you're going to be amongst the first to see my unboxing, including me. It's actually much bigger in person. As we can see, Norman Reedus on the cover. Walking Dead fame. From what I've heard, Kojima loves Norman Reedus because they treat it like he's got a man crush on him in the game. So, there you go. Slightly less flattering box for PS Pro. This is our first PS Pro. The first thing that comes out is this controller, which is a Death Stranding controller, the limited edition. Let's take this out of the box here. As you can see, it is very translucent here. Now, supposedly, if you look carefully, you can see a baby hidden somewhere in this controller. Sort of like a ghost in the machine, if you will. But I don't know where. I'm not taking it apart because I don't know how to put it back together yet. So, of course, your HDMI cable. I might have to upgrade my HDMI that I have to a 4K one, but they're expensive. Of course, a microphone, a USB, which will be charging the cable, power cord. But that's not what we're here for. Now, some of you might be here for the power cord. I don't know. Come on. There we go. So in this, of course, is the thing everybody's so happy to get, Death Stranding. Kojima's new title, which has, of course, your lovely baby and so on here. It still surprises me in this day of digital that they did not give you a code. They're actually giving you a physical copy of the game, which is really cool. And of course, this terabyte, oddly enough, my regular PS4 has more storage, but that's because I took it apart and put a bigger hard drive inside it. You were there when I did it too. So this is the beautiful PlayStation 4. As you can see, it has the hands on it that represent the Death Stranding. It has the Death Stranding on here. And, of course, your PlayStation logo on the back. Unlike your typical PlayStation 4, this one is white. So, this is how it would lay. Does that look good? Can you see it? Mm-hmm. So this is going to be interesting plugged into my 4K TV, or actually our 4K TV downstairs. Well, this is all I've got for this unboxing. I hope you've enjoyed. Now, back to the show. That was what was in it.
Cool.
Alright. Go for it.
Alright, so I have had some opportunities lately to pick up some television very cheaply, and there's still one left that is still tempting me. But this one, I don't think I got all the seasons. I feel like there's 9. Mm-hmm. You can tell me if you remember one way or the other. But I got 5 of them. And I'm talking, of course, of Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 1.
I like the
Season
boxes.
2. Yeah, these are really cool looking sets. They take up a lot of space.
Yeah.
Season 3.
See, I can.
Season 4. And Season 5. So,
I'm only missing 2 seasons.
okay, good.
I mean, this is what my set looks
Yeah.
like.
So,
Is,
show them that.
so that's my that's one season.
Oh, okay.
That's season 7.
Okay, so that's not the whole thing. I thought you said you had the whole.
Now the Blu-ray sets
That's kind of cool.
are much.
But have a look at these. They open up. You know, kind of opens up like this, and then it opens up like this. You know, and it's kind of just folds out from there. But it's a really neat looking set. And like I said, that is a it's going to take up a lot of space, but at least it looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a weird. In some ways, I'm kind of weird. When it comes to Star Trek, I've actually seen maybe 2 episodes, if that, of the original series. This was actually the one I grew up on. You know, and when I was a kid, we watched a lot of this. I think it came on in the afternoons. And so we saw a fair number of episodes. And so for me, the captain, of course, was Picard. You know, that's like, you know, that's... But he was pretty cool. I am happy to finally have a good chunk of this. It'd be nice to one day finish it off. If I ever get an opportunity to get a Blu-ray set that's like this thick, I will probably take it. But I could not pass up getting 5 seasons for about $3. And it's I mean, this is like deal. TV history here, so
it'll probably cost you more for the last 2 seasons than it costs the entirety.
Yeah, pretty easily, I'm sure.
That's a lot of viewing.
Yeah.
Your used viewing is much larger than mine currently.
Oh, geez.
Actually,
mine has been for months.
Mine is down to 3 sets.
Yeah, well,
that's all I've got used left.
I've got way too much used. That's not even fun.
So let's show you what the unboxing is. So, if I can get it. That's what I got my knife for.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try and unbox this on air. Yeah, this was a big debate for me, but this is one of those, I really wanted this series. I'll never probably find it cheaper than that. Yeah. I could see it maybe. If they get it down to the point where they can get it down to 30 a season, so 30, 60... No, still not enough. So yeah, this is still a good deal regardless.
Yeah.
So as you can see, all of the Blu-rays are right here. So you can just slide them out. So we've got, of course, the complete Season 1. Season 2, Part 1. These are all the Blu-ray DVD combo packs. Season 2, Part 2. Admittedly, no, not the special editions, but I think this counts as special edition.
Yeah.
Season 3, Part 1. And Season 3, Part 2. And I've just started watching the 4th season, which has been airing right now on Hulu. So you could check those out, also on Hulu.
I need to get caught up on the first 3 seasons.
But
I've read the manga, but I haven't seen the show.
But it is a fun show. You're ahead of me on story, but I'm ahead of you on animation. so there.
So there, yes.
Yeah, so there. And so the pen is accessible through this side.
Hey, Phil.
Which it comes out like that. As you can see, the All Might pen. And it's just kind of cool. It's just a figure pen. So and you can actually, it has a little standee on the back, you can see. Right. And that allows you to stand him up if you want. So you can have that figure of justice. The only issue is there's a little bit of damage from where they use one of those spider, you know, like the spider things that they sometimes wrap up boxes with to prevent theft.
Not to mention that to open and close it requires a small amount of damage, which is very annoying.
But still, kind of fun.
Yeah.
When I do decide to break in and start rewatching the series, what I'll probably do is open it once, take them all out, wait until they're all watched, then finally put them back in where they'll sit for a while.
Yeah.
That'll probably be my way of doing it. So with that being said, I hope you all have enjoyed this pickup video. Of course, like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.